the wake of the killings at Fort Hood, lawmakers are asking whether the attack could have been prevented and whether government agencies failed to recognize warning signs like they did before the September 11th attacks. Republican Senator Susan Collins.
We once again must confront a troubling question. Was this another failure to connect the dots?
5 experts on terrorism and Homeland Security gave their opinions. Juan Zarate of the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
I think it's premature, though, to answer any of these questions completely or make final judgments without more information about the event and the alleged perpetrator. There may indeed have been a failure to connect the dots, or more importantly, a failure to evaluate completely what those dots meant.
According to media reports, Hassan exchanged emails with a radical Islamic cleric in Yemen that were monitored by U.S. intelligence agencies. At Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, where Major Hassan treated soldiers, doctors had discussed problems with his performance and mental state, according to news reports. Some colleagues described him as frequently argumentative when discussing his Muslim faith. Experts say the military and federal agencies may have ignored or downplayed warning signs.
I think his status in the military, the fact that he was a medical doctor, the fact that he was engaged in research with respect to potential conflicts in the minds of Muslim soldiers, that may have affected the judgment of the FBI.
Former U.S. Army Vice Chief of Staff General John Keane says it would have been difficult for Hassan's colleagues to report his behavior.
We do not have specific guidelines on dealing with jihadist extremism in terms of the obligations of members of the military to identify it, report it, and what actions to take, and what constitutes jihadist extremism itself.
As the Senate committee hosted experts, U.S. Defense Secretary Robert Gates announced the Pentagon will conduct its own investigation into the Fort Hood attack.
We do not enter this process with any preconceived notions. However, it is prudent to determine immediately whether there are internal weaknesses or procedural shortcomings in the department that could make us vulnerable in the future.
The U.S. Army is also conducting an inquiry, and President Obama has ordered a government-wide review of all intelligence related to Hassan to determine if government agencies shared and acted on information about him before the shooting. Major Hassan has been charged with 13 counts of murder and could face the death penalty. Elizabeth Lee, VOA News.